we want to make it categorically clear that the Police Officers Association, with its joint membership, the Jamaica Police Federation and the District Constables, have not at one moment indicated that we are rejecting the compensation review. We have not indicated that we are rejecting any money either. And so, this press conference is needed so we can clear the air. You would have heard the Minister of Finance make some pronouncements, some comments about the amount of funds that he has to pay police officers. 600 million for the Police Officers Association, 12 billion for the rank and file members and $1 billion for the United District Constables. And those were said in very glowing terms and has created significant impact out there in the minds of our police officers at every level. It has also impacted the minds of members of the public who have been speaking to us since those comments have been made by the minister. The officers who called, who have spoken with me, some have already formed the view that we are rejecting the compensation review. We want to make it categorically clear that the Police Officers Association, with its joint membership, the Jamaica Police Federation and the District Constables, have not at one moment indicated that we are rejecting the compensation review. We have not indicated that we are rejecting any money either. And so, this press conference is needed so we can clear the air.
Having engaged the Ministry of Finance in this compensation review on the 4th of October 2022, I want to make it abundantly clear that this is not a one-year process. It is a process that we facilitated, and it is a 6-year process that has been embarked upon by the Ministry of Finance. Sufficing to say that some of the impediments that we have faced, which affords us not the capacity to ensure that our membership are brought up to speed with the full truth, we have not rejected any aspect of compensation, because that is not within the remit of the executive body, and we have not rejected the compensation review. We simply demand the information in totality from the government of Jamaica and the Ministry of Finance and the Minister of Finance, so that we can articulate holistically to our membership what it redounds to. The Minister of Finance has indicated to the country on various platforms, to include the Parliament, that he is seeking to uproot the laws and bylaws that entrench the good faith principles in industrial relations practices. And we are very careful to ensure that we do not move from a position of certainty, where the laws have protected us as workers of this country, to a position of uncertainty. The government of Jamaica, through the Minister of Finance who leads, continues to withhold information that is critical to the go forward, and which would have enabled us to bring about a conclusion to this 6 years position, knowing that the contractual period covers 3 years. We determine that we can and will, with the utmost of respect, engage in this process in the interest of the membership and the people of Jamaica. And that is all we are simply saying. The only interest that we have is the police pay package.
The District Constable of Jamaica has evolved over the years. A District Constable is always seen among any section of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. A district constable's salary is always described as woefully underpaid. Today, based on the offer from the Ministry of Finance, we believe we deserve better. And we are here today to create or to inform you that we have not rejected your $1 billion, but that we believe in your welfare. And if we don't carefully examine when we sign, you'll cry in the future.
The compensation review meetings, we commenced on the 26th of May 2022. That was our first meeting as a POA group interfacing with the minister and his technocrats at the Ministry of Finance. That meeting was subsequently out of a very broad meeting with the unions a little earlier in that year of 2022. And we specifically take note of the 4 guiding principles that the minister has outlined, that the process, this compensation review, takes care of certain difficulties that he's now experiencing at the ministry. One, that it should be simple and easily understood. That it should be fair and equitable. That it should be recognizable and reward performance. And 4, that it should be sustainable and affordable. And so we met on 6 occasions since that date of May 26 last year. And a proposal was made to us somewhere about the 4th of October 2022. The challenges we had with that proposal was that the pay scale of inspectors and assistant superintendents were made at the same dollar figure, so to speak. The points were the same. And we pointed that out as our first challenge, because an officer cannot be paid at the same level as an inspector. 27th of October, we met again. And let me just tell you that on each occasion, the minister himself was present, a large number of his technocrats. One of the challenges we have with the proposal at the time was that the points presented to us on the scale, at the top of the scale, which is a 9-point scale, I'm going to explain that a little bit more. The same dollar figure at the top of the scale, for instance, the superintendent, was the same dollar figure at the starting point of the scale, the senior superintendent. The senior superintendent and the superintendent can never be paid at the same level, at no time at all, should those points touch. What we currently enjoy is a 6-point salary scale. This 6-point scale has an incremental differential of 3.5%. What it means that every year the officer gets another increment amounting to 3.5% this base. We also have a differential between ranks. So for instance, the deputy superintendent is paid at a 9% level above the assistant superintendent currently. The superintendent is paid at a 12 percentage point above the deputy superintendent. The senior superintendent is paid at a 9% level above the superintendent. The assistant commissioner of police is paid at a 7% difference above the senior superintendent. And only between the ranks of ACP and deputy commissioner, there's a marginal difference of 1%. So we currently enjoy that. So what I will have to do now is to tell you about what we are facing on the proposed scales that have been sent to us. The Police Officers Association went to conference November 17 last year, and we got a new proposal. Well, two proposals. One with calculation of our housing included in salary, and one with calculation with our housing outside of the salary. We have been going through it. Again, we come upon these challenges, in particular, the anomalies that I just spoke of. So the proposal is a 9-point scale, moving from 6 to 9. The proposal for the assistant superintendent is a 5-point scale. For each increment on that 9-point scale, it is proposed to be reduced from 3.5, from what we now enjoy, to 2.5. And there will exist no differential between ranks. We counter-propose 7 points on the scale of the assistant superintendent. And we also made a further proposal that assistant superintendents, 6 or 7 years service in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, be promoted out of that rank, since the initial intent was to have the assistant superintendent rank as a training rank for gazetted officers. There has been some amount of acceptance in terms of promoting assistant superintendents with older service out of that rank. We discussed it with the commissioner separately, and I think it is more agreeable than anything else. The point is this, that having highlighted the challenges in writing at meetings and not getting a favorable response is what has become frustrating to the Officers Association and its joint groups. That is what is affecting us. So when those pronouncements are made about 600 million to pay the officers, we cannot accept 600 million with those types of issues that I just pointed to. We have to remember that after today, there's tomorrow. There's going to be next year, and then the other year. We will not hold ourselves accountable for any issue that is not going to work to the advantage of the officer corps and the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force.